Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, and always enjoy talking about the National Bird Dog Championships. And, you know, guys, 122 years is a long time for an event. And Dave said he's never been. Gene's never been. I've been so many times, but I've never had any problems with any of those folks out there. But it starts Monday. Good to have one of the judges on with us this morning, Stan Wentz. So it'll start at 8 o'clock Monday morning, Ames Plantation. And if you haven't been, you better go quickly this year because there's only 21 dogs, and they'll be through Saturday. When I used to cover it, it'd go 3 weeks, you know.
Wow.
And it always got cold weather, you know. So, but hey, I appreciate the next guy coming in. Known him a long time, really a wonderful guy, a man of faith. Got a great company that you folks in Northwest Tennessee know about. He's always usually at one of the that was not him. If that's Daisy Gene Smith, put Daisy out, okay? So unless Kelley Powers has changed his voice, I hope that was not him. But hey, Kelley Powers from Final Flight in Union City. Good morning, Kelley.
Yes, sir. Good morning, y'all. How's everybody?
We're doing great, and I appreciate you taking time to be on the show to talk a little bit about what's going on after the recent tragedy up at Reelfoot Lake. A lot of you folks, it's been national news, everything that's gone on with the deaths of these two young men, Chance Black and Zach Grooms. We're not going to go into all the details about what happened at Reelfoot, but we know that we've lost two fine young men. One of those I know has been part of the Final Flight family. I think Kelley said since 2013-14. I know that Chance Black has been down here for many of Mark Lovell's outdoor shows. And so Dave and Gene, listen in as we talk to Kelley about the relationship with Chance Black and something that I think is really good that Final Flight and Kelley and some of the other ones have set up for these young men. And so, Kelley, talk about Chance. I mean, because you guys were tight.
Yeah, you know, Chance has been working with us since 2013, 2014 time frame. And goodness, you know, I always tell our staff, hey, if you can put up with us for 3 or 4 years, you're
okay.
family, you know.
Watch it now. Watch it
and
now.
He was definitely one. And just, you know, when we heard the news on Monday, we were actually, it's kind of ironic, we were having a fish fry for a lot of our staff there at the farm shop. And I was cooking fish when we got the phone call a little afternoon. And, you know, and like you said, I don't go into details. And I even told my staff, you know, this, I said, you know, guys, we're not investigators. Fortunately for us, you know, we have the TBI and all that. And that's, you know, all those details will come out and it'll be, you know, to the T and everything done well there.
Yes.
But for us, you know, what we have to do is the bigger picture is no matter how duck hunting and how frustrated you get, you know, no situation, no matter how it is,
it's worth
can be
losing
taken
a life.
that far. And then not only that, we never know when our day is called.
That's right.
And for Chance, you know, it's just a sad situation all the way around. So for us as a, you know, with our staff, I'm always like, want to get out in front of things. Of, okay, what can I do? You know, all right, God, what you put us in this, you know, we're in this position. This is your desire. So where do we go from here?
Yeah.
You know, let us, you know, and naturally just tendency, I always want to try to take lead or ownership and stay in my lane and own it, you know? And,
yes. Yeah.
We saw an interesting deal. Randy Huffstetter with Greenfield Bank, they put a fundraising deal out for the two families, Zach Grooms and Chance Black. And at the end of the day, anytime tragedies like this, they shouldn't have to, you know, the family shouldn't have the burden of funeral expenses.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So we contacted Greenfield Bank and Randy and just said, hey, listen, how can we help? How can we use our media platforms and push this message out? So we kind of collaborated a little bit, and we just started a GoFundMe.
Great.
And anybody can go to GoFundMe and they can search for Chance Black or Zach Grooms, and they'll see that, or they can go to Final Flight's Facebook page and see the GoFundMe link there as well.
That's what I did, yeah.
But what happens is it's going to be up for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then when Randy and them feel like the time is right, we will turn it off. The beneficiary will go to Greenfield Bank.
Okay.
It's actually listed as Randy Huffstetler. He's the president of Greenfield Bank.
Yes.
And from there, that money is going to be split evenly, 50-50 amongst the two families for the funeral expenses of the two boys. And for us, as sad as the situation it is, one thing we can do is we can learn from it.
Yeah.
And we can honor the legacy of the two boys.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here today.
Yeah. Well, I know that, again, we're talking to Kelley Powers of Final Flight Outfitters there in Union City. Always a great place to go, folks. If you're on your way and you're going to Discovery Park of America, you better stop by and see Final Flight because of it's a stopping off place. And I know, if I'm not mistaken, Chance was he your gun department man? Is that right? What was he?
He was. He was one of our gun department managers. I mean, goodness, man. It was. Where does time go? And I was, after his funeral there on Sunday, I was kind of going through some old text messages with Chance, and goodness, I got all the way back to 2014.
Oh,
right. I was like, wow, and it was an eye opener for me of like, God, I wish you could just spend time and stop the day, and just literally sit down with friends and family and employees and just. How's your day doing?
Yeah.
And have those deep conversations.
Yes.
But the hustle and bustle of life, unfortunately, we take it for granted, and we don't do those things. And, man, I'd give anything to have another conversation with him. And it's funny, him and a couple of our employees, when I walk in, they say, hey, boss. They always just, boss, it's kind of funny. And I thought this even before the event, I laughed because I respond back, hey, boss, to them.
Yes.
Because in reality, especially, in their department, the gun department, like they're my boss. Like,
they are.
If somebody comes up asking for a firearm, and
you send them back there. Yeah.
Like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I need the experts here. So, I don't know if they truly realize that, but in reality, that's how I feel. I mean, they say I'm boss, but goodness, they're my boss. But what do I do? Well,
I know that. Do both of the? Did they have family? I mean, what's the situation there?
Yes. They did, and listen, the one bright spot and as sad of a situation is I didn't know Zach that well as Chance, obviously, but
sure.
I did go to Zach's funeral on Monday, and listen, the overwhelming support from not only local community is just outstanding, and it's one little bright spot specifically for the families. And, and I tried to make my point to kind of hammer this down with their families of. These boys are being thought about not only in the United States but in Canada. I mean, we've gotten emails just because of our social media presence that we're more of a nationwide. Yeah. And if I can relay these messages back to the family of what people are saying and their prayers, that they're in their thoughts and prayers, like it is truly remarkable. And we always use the tagline, and it just kind of hit me years ago. We had an event that we had, and somebody asked me what Final Flight Outfitters is about, and literally 5 minutes before I was going to go and have to speak, something just put into me of FFO, Faith Family Outdoors.
That's it.
And I just thought, that really, summarizes what we do. And the fourth thing is farming, because we're all farmers first and foremost.
That's right.
But, so really with Chance being on our staff, Faith Family Outdoors, it's just a good summary of our community, our staff, and I think for the families and friends to see the turnout of support for the funerals was remarkable. And it doesn't end there. This is just, that we all know they're in a better place, and for us, now it's time to reflect. It's gonna be painful, but now it's time to reflect on the good times, and knowing that we will meet again, and their legacy will never be forgotten. And we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that plays out. Well,
that's your name, Powers. Okay, you got to do that. So, Kelley, I mean, right. And I really like one of my favorite Bible verses. People know my faith is strong. Psalms 46:1. God is our refuge and strength. That's what you've got when you send an email or whatever it might be. And I know did Chance have children?
Chance did not.
Okay.
Chance did not. Neither of the boys had children.
Okay.
They were in their mid-20s.
I thought they was in their mid-20s.
No children.
Okay, yeah.
That's correct. Both
Yeah.
of them were in their mid-20s.
But that means he was a teenager. He started with you as a teenager then. I mean, working for you then.
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
As most of our employees start out, I always make the joke of, we have a lot of employees that are in school at University of Tennessee at Martin.
Yes.
And I kind of it's a running joke that a lot of these young men and women, they'll put their application, or they'll go and apply for school and get their schedule, then they come out and apply at Final Flight.
Yes.
And it's funny because we get to, even the ones that stay on board with this or whatever they're going through in life as far as level of employment, some of them are bankers, insurance agents, and it's just a growing family that it's kind of remarkable
to
see. And I'll tell you this, after the funeral on Sunday of Chance, I made a comment, and we kind of all circled up and had some prayers, and I made a comment. We left the funeral home, and we were in the very back of the funeral procession line, and obviously the family's in the front. And we come around through the town of Greenfield, and all of a sudden there's these kind of state troopers there, and I see a bunch of people just kind of lined up on the side of the road.
Wow.
And it was so touching. I thought, well, that's a great friends and family of the community, and wow, this is awesome. And then the closer I got, majority of them were Final Flight employees or past or present, and they didn't really coordinate that. They just kind of had. They were friends that was with the state troop that kind of helped. Yeah. They were just going to get in the back of the line, but when I saw, the number is 50 or 75 there or more, and I'm like,
wow,
goodness, we started our business in '98, and talk about family that has grown. And you don't talk about a tearjerker. And in the back of my mind, I was so proud of them for showing the support for Chance's family.
Well, you're getting goosebumps up my old spine here, Kelley.
Hey, listen, man, it tore. I lost it. Listen, I'm telling you, I lost it right there. And I thought, and the first comment I thought was like, so proud of the turnout just from our staff.
Yes.
And a lot of them didn't. A lot of them, are relatively. Or might have been older employees that didn't know Chance because they were there before Chance come on board.
Yeah.
And it was touching. It was touching. And like I said, it was one of the lone bright spots in a rather, sad day.
Well, Kelley, we appreciate you taking time on this Saturday morning. Again, folks, you can go to Final Flight. What's that website of yours? What is that?
FinalFlight.net, or any of the social media platforms. You can search for Final Flight Outfitters, and we'll pop up. And like I say, you can scroll down and see the GoFundMe link there, or you could just go straight to GoFundMe, search for Zach Grooms.
That's it.
Or Chance Black.
Yes.
And both of the boys are from Greenfield, Tennessee. And, at the end of the day, we're just trying to get funeral expenses paid for the families. That's a go first and foremost. And so far it's garnered like, last I looked, like $26,000.
Yes, that's
remarkable.
What I said. Well, no, it's not remarkable. It's the way West Tennessee folks stick together, and
that's true.
And I hope you folks out there. I know we're out of time with Kelley, but I just want to let you know this is not. Don't let this be a detriment to you going to Reelfoot Lake and spending your money and take advantage of the lake and go to all the places up there. This is a rare incident. A lot of folks have blown it on out, but there's a lot of good folks up at Reelfoot Lake and in that area. And Kelley Powers is one of those. Kelley, thank you, man, for being with us this morning. We'll stay in touch.
Yes, sir,
anytime I can do anything for you, I'm the old man in Memphis, so let me know, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Care.
All right. Let's take a break. Gene Smith and Dave Gabbard are still here, I think. I heard Gene breathing a while ago, so we'll be right back.